Hello ladies and gentlemen, Keaton here and welcome to the Tengu Drop Recap for the week of January 4th, 2015. Yeah, I'm gonna start putting the date in the intro just so people know the date. I don't know. Feels more official that way. Anyway, this is the one time a week, or this is the end of the week, so this is when we look back at everything that we released on the channel for the week. Yeah, makes sense. And first off, welcome to 2015. Hope you guys had an amazing New Year's Eve. Hope you guys didn't, do too much bodily damage and whatnot. Hope you all stayed safe. And it's time to count down. No, not countdown. What are we? Some kind of weird channel? I don't know. It's actually time to just do a nice recap. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so you'll have to excuse me on the extreme randomness of it. Anyway, I should probably just shut up and get to the recap. Let's start with Monday. So on Monday, Joe continued the prototype DLC for the Talos Principle. I'm pretty sure he finished it at this point. And as far as I can tell, the prototype DLC is literally prototype versions of puzzles that are in the final game. Again, I've been trying to avoid Joe's Talos Principle content because I want to experience it for myself one day. But yeah, if you've been looking for more Talos Principle, Joe continued and probably finished the prototype DLC for the Talos Principle. On Tuesday, I looked at Dungeons of DREDMOR as the final game in my roguelike light month of checking out roguelike light games as chosen by the Steam community. And it was a very interesting game, to say the least. Very reminiscent of hack slash loot, but honestly, I think it did what it did much better than hack slash loot. You may disagree, and that's totally fine, but personally I enjoyed Dungeons of DREDMOR a lot more than something like hack slash loot. But I will say that in conclusion of that video, I realized that I'm more of a guy who likes the Binding of Isaac, Nuclear Throne kind of roguelike or roguelite maybe, versus the more traditional style. I feel like, at least from a content standpoint, I really enjoy playing Isaac and Nuclear Throne more than Dungeons of DREDMOR. But I can tell you that playing a game like Dungeons of DREDMOR with some nice music in the background and just chilling out, trying to relax, it's a good time, man. So you can see my first impressions of the game for Tuesday's video. On Wednesday, Joe switched gears kind of with the Talos Principle content, hopped into the custom map section. I do believe these are workshop maps made by the community, the lovely Talos Principle community. And Joe's actually been doing custom maps since last week, so he's continued to look at these maps. So if you would like to see a few works of art by the Talos Principle community themselves, I'd highly recommend you guys check that out, and go back and check out the other ones if you missed them. On Wednesday, Joe also did more Distance, once again checking out a lot of community content in the game, which is, it's nice to see, it's nice to see more games really embracing community content. And Distance, as always, it looks like a whole lot of fun. Really happy to see, it has a pretty strong community behind it, really getting a lot of content for the game, thanks to, the community. So Distance, really crazy looking game, still looks fun as hell. So check it out if you haven't yet, because it is quite pleasing to watch. On Thursday, I returned to Nuclear Throne with the one shot. This time it was a fish run. Did relatively well, a lot better than the last time I did a fish run, so I'm pretty happy about it. And it was, in fact, the return of Nuclear Throne to the channel, obviously because I was unable to keep up with the weekly content because I was building my PC last week. But it's all done, and I'm ready to get back to the Nuclear Throne content. So it was a pretty great start, I gotta say. At least it didn't end in immediate failure. That's all I was happy about. On Thursday, I also did more Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Yep, I returned and then I immediately went back to Binding of Isaac Rebirth. But, it was a pretty damn good run, I think. Obviously, it was Azazel, so I lose a little bit of credibility there, I guess. But nonetheless, really enjoyable, nice, chill run. It's more Binding of Isaac, yeah. On Friday, we did more VISCERA cleanup, and we did it on the Hydro something map that I can never remember the name of. Every time I look it up, I'm like, okay, that's the name, and then I go and record something and I forget it immediately. Terrible on my part, but nonetheless, it was the Hydro map. It was a map that we previously couldn't play because the map wasn't optimized for lower or older graphics cards. So obviously with the boost now with my new PC, we were able to play it. And this was actually the first time Joe and I were able to really talk in about like 2 weeks. So I think, you know, a couple personal things, more boring topics spring up this time around, but nonetheless, it was a great experience. A lot of things happened in the video. We discover a few things. I get stuck in a ceiling due to my own incompetence. There may be some phallic alien pieces in there. Who knows? A lot of content in there. Yeah. Bam chicka wow wow. Anyway, on Friday, Joe continued with the custom maps in Talos Principle. This is one he was talking about in actually the VISCERA cleanup detail video about how he was really working on this one. But yeah, this was apparently a video that Joe has been working on for quite a bit, you know. So again, it's covering, you know, the custom maps that are made by the community. So if you want to see more, even more Talos Principle content, if you just have not gotten enough Talos Principle in your system for the week, there you go. It's an hour long. It's fantastic. On Saturday, we did more Insurgency. This time we were not only joined by Tim, but Kevin as well, and it was a fantastic ride, I gotta say. A lot of failure, a lot of, you know, attempting to do well, but still having to be carried by Mofu Tofu. Shoutouts to Mofu Tofu, or Mofu, but, you know, Mofu Tofu sounds better in my opinion. But nonetheless, it was more Insurgency. I feel like we're kind of getting better. We're still needing to be carried, but you know what? Rome wasn't built in a day, so as far as I can tell, we're getting better, I'm sure. Nonetheless, Insurgency, a lot of fun stuff. Highly recommend you watch to the end because it's pretty unexpected, I gotta say. At least for the way that we've been going in these videos. It was nice to see a great change up, actually. I wonder if that's because we added Kevin to the mix. Kevin, if you heard that, don't let it go to your head. I'm just joking. Anyway, that was the week in Tengu Drop content. I'm currently recording this before the Nuclear Throne update drops, but I'm assuming an update has dropped or will drop, and it will return. If you've somehow missed all the times that I've mentioned it this week, it shall return with a mega update that will cover all the updates that I missed. And obviously the one-shot shall return next week, and it shall continue as normal as always. I'm sure Joe has more Talos Principle or Distance content coming next week. A lot of stuff to look forward to as always. And we always appreciate everyone who watches the videos, thumbs them up, comments, shares them. You guys are awesome. And yeah, until next week, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys then for another Tengu Drop recap. Bye!